Hello again! Toy Connections here with another side-by-side figure review and comparison. We are here today to talk about the three classified figures on your screen there. Namely, on the far left, you have the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander that was originally issued by Hasbro Pulse. You've got the Regal Light Blue Cobra Commander that was originally issued by Hasbro Pulse as well. And on the far right, you've got the standard issue Cobra Commander that you found on most of your big box store shelves. Now, just having a look at the middle and the far right versions of Cobra Commander here, and at their boxes specifically, you'll see that the artwork on the side is largely the same, but for some reason, it's a little bit of a redder hue on the Regal version versus an orange hue at the bottom of the box on the standard issue. And the same thing goes for the front of the boxes here. If you can see the slight color variations just below the belt line there. And again, for you Mint in Box collectors, they do have the same number on the side, so just bear that in mind. And looking at the back of the box here, basically the same artwork. So a couple things just to keep in mind here as we progress through this side-by-side video review and comparison. Flipping over now to have a look at the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander box, you can see the color scheme here with the red, gold, and black pattern does a lot to really make this box stand out. Now, just looking at both sides of the box, you've got this cool gold Cobra logo, and the back of the box has this really grand looking pattern as well. Now, just taking this out of the slip cover here, and you can see the front of the inner box also has that very grand looking Cobra logo in the gold. On the side of the box, you've got the number 9 for those of you who are numeric completists. And on the other side of the box, you've got a similar art to the front, to the slip cover as well. Now, inside the box here, you'll see that technically the figure doesn't come sealed, but it, again, as you open the box, it gives you that grand opening type of feel. So I like it very much. So let's have a look outside of the box, guys. Okay, now that we've got all three versions out of the box, you can see a direct comparison here side by side, and we will go through them one by one here shortly. But the first thing I just want to point out with regards to the Regal Cobra Commander as well as the regular standard issue Cobra Commander is the color faithfulness to the original figures. Namely here, the helmeted version of the Cobra Commander from the 1980s, as well as the mail-away hooded Cobra Commander. You can see that the helmeted version largely matches the color scheme, at least in terms of the shade of blue for the Regal version, and the hooded Cobra Commander largely matches the color scheme of the standard issue release. A quick look at the backside here. You can see that the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander has a black cape on one side with some red on the other side, and the other two versions of Cobra Commander have a much shorter cape, namely a dark blue version for the Regal one and a black colored cape for the standard issue Cobra Commander. For those who are curious, I believe the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander is based on this 2004 3 3/4 inch version of the character. As you can see, the color scheme is very similar to the Snake Supreme figure itself. All three figures are going to have the same articulation, but let's have a look at the Snake Supreme version as our example. You can see here he's got some pretty good side-to-side head movement. The torso crunch is there. It's restricted in terms of the waist movement because of the way the upper body is constructed. The arms are double jointed at the elbows here. The arms do flail out sideways as well as have full 360-degree shoulder rotation. The upper legs do have a thigh cut there near the hips, and as for the hips, you can do not quite the full splits forward and back as well as sideways. You can see that the knees are double jointed as well, and you do get some left to right movement on the lower legs as well as forward and back ankle rotation. So there's the articulation there, and like I said, they will be the same for all three of the figures. Let's take a look at the accessories that came with the Snake Supreme version. You can see a pointing finger hand here, as well as a closed-fisted hand over here on the left. You've got this really cool sort of orb that he can hold into his open hand if you so choose. The sword with the snake head here, kind of a cool gold and red pattern, as well as the snake head scepter. And you can see that the gun that he comes with is similar to the 1983 version of the figure, which I thought was a cool add-on. As well as the cape, you can have a look here. It's got a pretty good soft goods material, and you can take it off if you so choose. Let's have a look at the accessories that the Regal version came with. You've got these two extra fists here that are in a dark blue color, namely, again, a pointed finger hand and a closed fist. And you've got this somewhat, I'm going to say, goofy looking gun that it came with, which isn't as accurate as the Snake Supreme one when we're comparing relative to the 80s version. Not a fan, but the gold color is cool. Here's the sword. You got this cool sort of like light red and gold pattern on it. So overall, decent accessories, albeit I'm going to say not perfect. Let's look over here at the standard issue release of Cobra Commander. Again, you've got these two fists. Well, one fist and a pointing finger hand. They're in the black color as opposed to the dark blue that came with the Regal version. Again, you've got this somewhat goofy looking pistol, albeit it's in the silver color rather than the gold the Regal had. And you've got the sword here, which is basically just silver construction with a gold head. And I'll just show you very quickly here the color difference with the other versions. So there you have it. Let's close out here in a minute with some final thoughts. Okay, so what are my closing remarks here? If I had to choose between the two blue versions, I definitely prefer the Regal version more so than the standard issue, just because I find that that color of light blue pops more on my shelf. However, that's just my personal opinion. As for the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander, I like it there because in my mind it fills a different gap in your collection. It's there as a more of a specialty figure, kind of a one-off novelty feel to it. But again, that's just me. You might have a different opinion. If you do, sound off in the comments. Would love to hear what you guys think. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you already haven't. And hopefully soon I'll see you again and we'll talk again about some more toys.